Hello.
Hello.
Konnichiwa.
Good to see you. Last year was, of course, very, very bad for selling Austrian wine in Austria, but also abroad. Very challenging. And you know that we drink 80% of our wine ourselves, so it's very important to have restaurants open where people can actually go and drink Austrian wine.
I see.
The figures are not exactly clear because we can only guesstimate, so roughly, because there's also a lot being sold in retail shops, of course. That was one of the biggest drivers last year also, and that was the sales channel that grew, you know, the retail shops. And of course online grew as well. But and then people used to drink a lot on festivities, you know, when you're going for have festivities outdoors or in the cellars. So there has been a lot of wine being drunk, but not last year, unfortunately. It was very interesting to see over summer when the restaurants actually were open here in Austria. It was almost normal consumption in, you know, when Austrian wine was able to sell. And then when there was lockdown again and restaurants closed again, it dropped by -70, -80% again. So first of all, there's new generations coming, new winemakers, either taking over from their parents and rebuilding the whole winery and, you know, being very international. They have traveled, they have visited other countries, they know international wine styles. So that the young scene that is coming is very, very interesting. The interesting part is that it's really in every region that you can find these diamonds that are popping up, you know. But the problem is limited vineyard areas. So the smaller the region, the lesser you can have new wineries popping up. So it has to be either a takeover from the parents or that they get the chance to build something new. But then you need some hectares, right? If there's no space, you can't really grow. So what is interesting for these young people is that they usually work in a like full time in a bigger winery maybe, or have a different job, but they basically create new wineries in their spare time, you know, and there you see this tremendous effort that they undertake to build it up and then eventually grow over time. Definitely. I mean, there is a long history behind that with Rudolf Steiner as the creator of biodynamic farming. And we see that this scene is lively, very lively, and very successful also abroad, internationally. Although we can't really measure it, we only feel that, you know, sommeliers, it's very hip to talk about the way that wines are being made and how the farming is in the background. And it's good to see that Austria can actually play a very important role in this. Number three, a little trend that I see is that more and more winemakers are taking the production of sekt, so sparkling, into their portfolio and taking it more serious. You probably heard of the quality pyramid already, so it should also be a guideline on what to expect of Austrian wine. The longer the aging and the more narrow the grapes in their source, the better the quality, hopefully.
ということで、今日はミヒャエルツィンマーマンさんにお越しいただきました。Thank you!
Thank you. Bye bye.
ありがとうございました。ご視聴いただきありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、コメントお待ちしております。またお会いしましょう。